Dan Meyer here, and I'm back once again with another video on how a VA can save your day. Now, this is an area that I think is super important, engagement, right? We're gonna talk about 3-3 engagement, 3-3-3 engagement. It's a methodology developed by a friend of mine, and she uses it consistently across social media. If you check out Marina Simone, you'll see what I'm talking about. And basically the idea here is that you wanna figure out a plan to build engagement around. You don't want to be random and inconsistent. You don't have to follow this exact methodology, but you do have to have some kind of method behind your madness when it comes to social media engagement. So you want to think about who are the target influencers. Who are the people in your space that are rocking and rolling? Who are the ones that have massive influence? Look at what they're doing. Copy it. Learn from it. You can do your own version of stuff. You don't want to straight copy everything, but think about how they're doing stuff and why they're influencers. Most of us want to be influencers, and we think that if we put a couple posts out there, all of a sudden magically we're going to become influencers. But if you look at the story behind these people, they put a lot of effort into engagement. And that's the key. You want to make sure that you're constantly complimenting people. Hey, great post. I love that. You can use simple emojis or just words like awesome or amazing or whatever. Keep some engagement going that way. Keep top of mind. But you really want to start thinking about how you can get people to see that you're engaging with influencers. And then they'll do the same with you. You also want to think about how you're influencing people in your circle already. If you've already got people following you, even a few, how do you keep them engaged? How do you give shout outs to them? How do you give them props? How do you make sure that they stay engaged? Think this through very clearly. Write down some notes. Come up with a flow of what you would do in each situation. If this person did this, I would do this. If I want this person to pay attention to me, I should do this. Get it out there and try it. Have a VA do this though, right? You can't do it all yourself consistently. That's the problem with engagement, is that we get busy. We can't be on social media every day managing our account because we got this to do and that to do, business stuff and family stuff and personal stuff and community stuff. A VA's job though is to do what you want them to do consistently every day. So if you want them to build engagement, do things like the 3-3-3 method. Get out there and look for people that you think you can do business with, and over 3 days, do 3 direct contacts with them. Start with something like a public comment on one of their posts, something engaging, mix in like trying to DM them, try to get them to have a conversation with you. If it doesn't happen right away, then don't push it. Flag them for follow-up later. There are plenty of fish in the sea. Even influencers have people doing things for them that will help bring them back to you. A lot of influencers have VAs doing engagement. So if you engage and your VAs actually engage in the VA, it actually could get to a point where it builds up a relationship that then you communicate with that influencer directly because of the foundation laid by both of your VAs. Make sense? I hope so. Basically, you want to track all this, right? You need to have some kind of spreadsheet. You need to have some kind of CRM, some kind of tracking database for people that engage with you. If you post a video on TikTok and you get 800 views, that's 800 potential something, but what? How many of them are actual good leads? How many of them could become clients? Well, you don't have time probably to go through all 800 likes and figure out who's who, but a VA can do a lot of that for you. You can have a VA go through and look at people's profiles to say, hey, you know what? This person is the kind of person that I think my client should be doing business with. Then they can flag that. And then they can make a note of that you could follow up on, or that you could do a consistent, engagement plan with them. You can do 3-3-3 on them. You can do whatever you think is best, but you won't know that if you don't go through all those likes. Same thing if you do something cool on Facebook or YouTube or Instagram or wherever. You want to be looking at what people are doing and track it. And you want to see what doesn't work, right? You want to keep track of your numbers as far as comparing, right? So if you do 5 posts on 5 Mondays, all at 5 o'clock, what was the one that was most popular? What was the one that was least popular? Why? Try to figure things out. Do some A/B testing. Do some try stuff out. It takes a period of time to get this. You're not going to get your social media popping overnight. People always say, hey, I've been doing this for 2 months now and I'm not seeing the value, so I'm going to quit. That's exactly the worst thing to do. You know, the concept of being 3 feet from gold, Napoleon Hill, I believe, and Sharon Lecter, I think is writing a book about this as well. Basically, you get to a point where you start something and you don't see the initial payoff and you quit. You can't be like that when it comes to engagement. You got to look at the long period. It could take months, 6 months, a year is not on the outside to get to be where you start influencing people if you're doing engagement every day. So thank you for your time. That's my talk for today. I hope you've now thought about what you can do to have better engagement and have your VA do most of it for you. to free you up to do what you do best, which is to talk to the ones that are qualified leads that are going to lead to more business. So if you have not done so already, please subscribe to our channel, like us and share us. Thanks for your time. Get out there and be awesome.